Got me running in a circle. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. What happened to us? Round in a circle. Back where I started, I'm stuck in like glue. You keep me on a loop.
Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. A thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is really coming together. Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Kat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. Ah, that's smart. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. Then when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Allie took over, though I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of the plan was going smoothly. And for once it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten? As they should have. It is fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. Whoa! Are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. Oh no. Oh, okay. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's gonna be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. How about instead we just dance the night away? You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. There really might not be, guys. Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise. And exercise... Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go. Come on, come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had, out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. We waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure the boat really is coming. It's later than usual. You think they're onto us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess we're... It's here! Kat pointed toward the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. Alright, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. According to Kat, it's how I got caught the last time. God damn it! It's like, I have the boat, but I wasn't in bed. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped into the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. It must be them. Oh god. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open. More footsteps, a short pause. Footsteps again, a door would close. Repeat. Over and over, closer and closer, till it got to my room. I try my best to make my breathing sound. That's the thing I would be like, I'm just trying to breathe so slow. Oh man, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell there's probably about 5 people! Jesus! Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering somewhere under their breath. I will say, though, I know it's because it's the day that, all the stuff gets packed up or brought to the island. We want to be sure they're asleep and we're bringing it in. At the same time, if you're in your room asleep, or like in your room awake, like you couldn't sleep like the last few nights anyway, they couldn't punish you for that. It's not like you were outside waiting for the boat to come, right? That's weird. You have to pity her. Come on, she could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. It feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move when every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're onto me. I can't help but ball up the fist of my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Oh no! Let's head out. Sounds good to me. Oh, I assume it's the Brothers 5 now that I think about it. 5 sets of people, or 5 people in the room. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby. Where's Tara? Yeah, wait, where's Tara? I'll go check on her. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. Okay, that's funny. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we have just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble of preparing such a big party for all the staff. It'd be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Okay. What is it? Brains! Oh, yeah, brains! Okay, that's what I thought they would do. Okay, I was right, yay. This is all just, okay, whatever. Hundreds of zombies littered the field. Yes, that's what I thought they should do. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make that shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we just have put a sleeping agent or something like that in it? Where's the fun in that? Well, we still have to go past them to get to the boat, right? Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Well, I guess if you're feeding hundreds of people for a week, it would have to be. Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. Ooh, pretty already. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was last time. You know what, Seymour? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where my crew members are. Where the crew members are. Lead the way. Please do not shoot me again. It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Found it. Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is going to take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept a lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when are you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Kat. I get it now, why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez. Yeah, right? You can talk more later, if you like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. Got it. Something's gonna happen. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Kat revved up the engine of the boat and we were good to go. We literally all jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it! We're really doing this! We're finally getting out of here! It is hard to believe, but it is true. We did it. Now, you don't have to thank me all at once. We really did it. Thank you, Kat. You really saved us. You did! We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. Oh, the ellipsis. It's gonna be a trap. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. Oh, okay, maybe not. The intercom rang out. Oh, God. Kat turned white as a sheet when we heard a voice that was all too familiar. No. Damn it! Damien! Ding, ding, ding! I guess you learned at least something in school, Kat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's gotta win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother will be proud of the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? Well, you were busy filming Seymour and those other bitches. My team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? Like, if you had even the slimmest amount of hope for someone on the inside to help you escape, they would die too. Shit. After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I'd do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were on the boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier rose slowly out of the ocean all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. Oh, man. Higher and higher till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. It's not daytime, but okay. We were trapped. I knew there'd be some kind of actual barrier or something. How about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'd be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. You've gotten rid of all our security. But this switch is only going to work if you have 2 people's handprints with producer-level clearance. Sure, you've got Kat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I'd been shot with before. And don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We've no choice but to go back. Hello? He's got a gun! The gun is, like, honestly the least of the problems right now, Tara. He'd take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We've got an ass to kick. No, that's exactly what Damien wants you to do. The turning around part or the ass kicking. I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you if we do just that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Seymour and I will go flip the switch. Besides, we're the only 2 people here who can do anything about it. Was I a producer first? And that's why I knew her and fell for her? Because I got to know her closely because we were both producers? What do you mean by that? I thought that only you and Damien... I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Seymour, are you ready to run? That has to be what it is. I won't allow it! There's no way we're letting Seymour go back there without us. You said it, sister. I'm not letting all of you lose your chance on getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien's capable of. I don't like this, Cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. Okay, let's go, let's go! Let's get that lore out! Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct like my body had done this before countless times! Have they done this before, too? I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm gonna make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you are together. Though if you look at your history, I'd say no. Oh, that's right. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came onto this show, you were a producer just like me and knew it. There it was. We used to work together. We were partners. If she is a baby that is his, I'm gonna die. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare with, so you were evil at first. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but you... Meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. Part of that world! And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. That's why I've run this before. For years! How old are we supposed to be then? And we did just that for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day he got closer and closer to figuring out, until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then, and Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out, right when we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you would. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. I love that he hasn't been a producer for 2 years, and they never changed that in, like, the algorithms and stuff. They never went in the computer and took that out. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal? Even if she had her reasons... Sure. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out her master key, slid it into a hidden socket in the wall behind one of the tanks. Click! Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into 2 doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Is it like what the outside world is like? Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then, light. Going downstairs in the pitch black is very dangerous. Blinding light and... No! Are you saying they don't just have the 100 of staff? They have the test audiences on this island? That can't be. Welcome, welcome. You finally made it. It was a fake applause for the stadium. I don't know. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on center stage. A battleground sprawled with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. Is this from another show they did? We wouldn't have a show with you, idiot. We wouldn't have a show with you, idiot, so I'm glad you actually came back. I'm thinking about without. So I'm glad you came back. Oh man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. You just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc., etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room and board? You gave Seymour a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun. And more ammunition than he needs to kill the both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field. That's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons laying around are useless. They're meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Danganronpa! Ultimate despair. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on his shows just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. There's gonna be like one gun that works. Real guns among the fakes, boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game, understand? This guy really is Monokuma. Loud and clear. Then let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. Blech. What's the matter, beasts? You're like two rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck! It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Oof. Seymour, you okay? Just keep moving, girl. I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. Jimmy Smits. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. Yeah, because he's a sick fuck. And it was working. But why? He's reloading, come on. We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols, and Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they're fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. But the second one? Oh, come on. Kat realized it the same second I did. It was real with a single bullet loaded. Give it to Kat! She's a good shot. She shot you. Alright, that's good. Let's... Another 2 shots rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck, how come it gets that fucking hand cannon? The budget's gotta go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in this stadium. We need to find the switch, Jimmy Smits, now. Even with the gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd have hit it better. Just hit it! Just go! Or it's fake. Damn it. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. I love when it's redundant. Congrats! You found the switch. Jimmy Smits. It's a damn shame I forgot to mention something about this switch here. It won't do jack shit even if you both have access. As long as I've got a heartbeat. How do you even do that? And I plan on sticking around. How is the switch going to know if both their hands are on it that he's a heartbeat? But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she'd just seen a ghost. Kat, Seymour, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. We'll forget this ever happened, and call it a wrap on find love or die trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth, because this is airing live to the world right now. What about the girls, though? He did not guarantee the girls. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know. Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that no one takes that offer. I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, and then I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Kat, we don't know who she has waiting on her, right? So because of that, I'm like, it's gonna end up being like a child or something, so we're supposed to feel bad and want her to have it, be fine. But I don't have my memories, so I don't know what I have to go back to anyway. Man, I don't know. Seymour, I can't imagine what's racing through your head right now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only real one we've got. She's gonna kill Damien. Look, I'm not stupid enough to not know how that sounds. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot! You know, fair. Me? I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet to taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me, she closed her eyes and pressed her fingers against her forehead. Then please just make it quick. The gun in my hands had never felt so heavy. On one hand, I guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all she's done to me? Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. Oh! I bet this gives you either a good or bad ending. Either you... Oh, man. What if you die either way? What if she kills you or... What if Kat dies either way? What if you trust her and then her dad shoots her, like, as she shoots him? Let's trust Kat. I trust you, Kat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done? You're the only reason we're also able to get off at all, so clearly you did not lie to us this whole time. We assume? Especially because if he says, I always tell the truth, that's why people are under my thumb, and how I keep them in line, then I think it's real. After everything you've done, yes, I still trust you. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it. Well, especially if you told the truth about them saving people, which... Because you have the memories of running, I would think so. Or, like, you feel like you've done it before. But I know there's good in you, and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Seymour. You took the gun from my hands, and then shot me in the head. No, I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hid it with the same poker face she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around, and repeated. How much time has passed? It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around, then looked to her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make or break it. I'm not throwing away that shot. Look back to Kat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left. She looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun off from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something's making me run. Something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. He's left for her, I assume. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship wouldn't start. Yeah, this is all the stuff we heard before. That's it then. I'd never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, At least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No! We're not giving up just yet! There's nothing we can do, Seymour. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's 2 of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head-on will be suicide. But that's not what you'll be doing. Me? I'm just some nobody. But you're the big man's daughter, after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I was in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Seymour. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but us both dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find that one out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Oh man, so I was gonna give myself for her. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know, and I'm sorry. And that's where she shot. Oh, she slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sights directly at me. No! She was crying. We remembered it as a smile. And we're like, you betrayed me. But she was upset. No! And now, we wait. No! It wasn't that she actually betrayed me? Did I ask her to shoot me so they would keep me alive, but like in the show and she'd stay alive and unhurt? No. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. So as if it fails, you kill me, or at least hurt me. Maybe it was supposed to be to kill him. Maybe it was supposed to be to kill him and she couldn't do it. I bet he said, if we don't make it, kill me, say I kidnapped you and was forcing you to leave, they'll believe you're the boss's daughter. But she injured him instead of killing him and got him stuck in this loop, I bet is what happened, because she didn't want to kill him. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you even without them. Right back at you, Cat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Seymour. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this! I heard my favorite sound one last time. I could hear the guards coming now. We've only seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Yeah, it was supposed to be death. And she couldn't do it. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I could see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I'd been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try to stay conscious. It's as you said, Father. Anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice, but it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You've made your old man very, very proud. Oh, look at that. Looks like our little hero's got some life left. You know, Seymour, you're in luck. See the whole escaping thing? I'm afraid I'm gonna have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comment back, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. Ooh, that was still a gnarly gunshot wound then, man. But you're in luck. A new opportunity's just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, and back at her. Mark my words, you'll both wish I had. No! So that was to hurt both of them? That sucks. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Seymour anymore. He laughed maniacally. I never did like Seymour much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumple into nothing. That means Damien also didn't believe her when she said I don't love him anymore. And that she was kidnapped. Whatever. He didn't believe that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been watching her this whole time. The last thing I saw was her face. That sucks. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Because she sentenced him to something worse than death. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Cat, I love you. Always have, always will. I can't believe my line in the first episode about wanting to, like, date Cat ended up being, like, what actually happened. I'm so sorry for what I've forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality. I've almost reached Cat. I push myself to run faster and faster. Faster than I've ever ran in my life. Cat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Cat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Cat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before, who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories form a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Cat and throw myself in front of her. Because I love her. So, do I die because I gave her the gun? A gunshot rings out. Did she somehow turn around? She said she couldn't turn around fast enough. It's like my body struck by lightning and set aflame. He fires again and again. Bitch! Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming. Reloading! Damien, Jesus! My knees buckle and I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Cat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lip so hard I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Oh, man. Wake up, Seymour! Please, please don't die! What's happening? Am I alive? I'd never heard her sound so desperate. Please, just wake up! I can't lose you again! Not again! It took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Cat was cradling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God! Don't pass out again! You almost gave me a heart attack! Sorry, Cat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength! Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch... We should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. Well, you shot like 17 times. She laughed. Yeah, now that I know what it feels like. I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There was nothing else you could have done, Cat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. That day I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt, or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Well, that's nice. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times, aww. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Cat tried to lift me off the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood. Ooh, she tried to lift me up. Stop, you're gonna get yourself killed. Then that's exactly what I'm going to do. I can carry you! She lifted me onto her back and took one step back toward the switch. I told myself back then. She stepped forward again, her legs were trembling. That if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it, yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you, Seymour. That you're still the same Seymour that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. We're here. We made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Seymour. I'm going to have to put you down for a second. No problem. I say as I'm dying. Kat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch. I feel like... Yes, they're shot. She was only shot once. And I feel like your adrenaline for trying to save the one you love and get the hell out of here would be so high, she'd be able to still walk. The human body does incredible things when on adrenaline. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we'd all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. This better fucking work. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. Do we end up dying together if I pick the option where I trust her? The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it, Seymour. I'm sorry, Seymour. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know? I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you, Seymour. Always have and always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together, somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, a different time. Maybe, just maybe, then, Seymour, we... Kat. Kat! Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Kat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked to Kat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. Oh, I looked behind us. And I saw what could only be described as angels. I'm like, the girls aren't just gonna leave. If the barrier lifts, they know, hey, they made it. We need to go save them or, like, be sure they're okay. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. Come on, Scarlet, use your science-ness. I must be dreaming. I must be... The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. No! I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me? Anyway, but somehow, I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. Oh, is that just gonna be how it ends? Oh, no! Whoa, no! This is the end. I picked this as gonna be the end. I don't know if there's even gonna be an epilogue. Maybe there's an epilogue. Maybe there's an epilogue. It's gonna be you guys, you're all gonna escape. So everyone's gonna get a happy ending, because I assume the girls come in and save you. I thought it was gonna force you into Kat because of the ending, but I guess it does. I guess you can still pick whoever you want. Oh, no. Shoot, because... In the beginning I would have picked Yui. I think overall I still would have picked Yui. The girl next door stereotype is probably who I would still pick. Oh, God. When it comes to their actual personalities and who I like the best, it's Yui. It is. But I feel like the most satisfying ending is gonna be Kat. No. The most satisfying for the game is to pick Kat, because it shows your growth with her, that your memories are with her. Obviously, you loved each other a lot, to where you were like, you have to kill me, to where she was like, I can't kill you, which technically, it's just, Again, I like Yui the most. Yui's who I would pick in real life if you set all these guys in front of me, like, if you said guys from with the same personalities, I would pick Yui. But thematically, story-wise, I've got to pick Kat, because that... Damn it! Oh, man. Kat. Oh, man. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. That's a fucking cool hospital room, actually. I don't know why it looks so cool. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Ow, fuck! I looked down to my body. I've been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. Seymour, you're up! Hey, Yui. Where are we? We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now. Oh, thank God. That's a relief. Everyone's okay? I'll let you be the judge of that. Yui ran off, then came back a few moments later. Oh, man, good. You had us worried, Seymour. I'm so glad to see you're alright. You didn't make it easy to save you either. I know, we had at least 3 bullet wounds. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. Oh my gosh, do they have to use the zombie shit to keep him alive? I'm just thankful it worked. If that's true, that's actually hilarious. It's so good to see you safe and sound, Seymour. Man, if you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. That is, if they actually had to use, if that zombie stuff all had to come back for that, that's actually hilarious. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that too. You did great, Seymour. The Resistance could use somebody like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? Thanks, guys. You really stuck out your neck to save Kat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us, Seymour. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you'd left! That's funny. There was no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you, Seymour. That's nice. They didn't wait until the barrier. That's cool that they actually were like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna go find them. Yeah, I know Kat said not to, but hey. So they're all heroes. That's nice. I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. We managed to save the brothers 5 too! Hey. I couldn't just let them be stranded after, well, all that we've been through together. I'm glad to hear that. There's no way we could have escaped without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Kat? Kat's doing well, too. She's resting in the room next door. Yeah, okay. She only was shot once, so... She didn't think you wanted to see her. What? Didn't think I wanted to see her after all that shit? I see. Thanks for letting me know, Yui. I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't... None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Kat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying I have a pretty mean right hook. It's so good to see you all. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes. I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Seymour. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute. If everyone's here, and Kat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series exit for Terabyte. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it's been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear. Just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Seymour some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie's virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. I love that if you're gonna pull the whole they should be dead, but they're not, they're magically not. There was a reason. That has been established since the first date with Scarlet. That was smart. That was yeah, that's a smart way to use it. And thank you, everybody, for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? See you later, Seymour. Alright, enough with the cheese. Get out before Seymour turns. I mean, before Seymour needs rest? Yes. And with that, I was alone. Whew, I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, I just... She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot for good luck. I guess now that he's awake, they can take the zombie properties of it out. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So thank you again, Seymour. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today's the day that would have been the last day of the show. The final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think everyone wants to hear an answer from you. This is not the time, Scarlet! That kind of decision takes some time to think over, so I figure you need a little space. Thanks, Scarlet, you're right. That's so dumb. It's my pleasure. She kissed me on the cheek. Well, I'll see you later. See you, Scarlet. And then I was alone in the room. It's a tough choice, but it's one I know I have to make. They're all such incredible people. I'd be lucky to be with any of them. Anyone would. I sat in silence for a time, both resting and contemplating what to do. Is it a life of excitement with Allie? A life of rediscovery with Scarlet? A life enjoying the simple things with Yui? A life challenging our limits with Violet? A life of freedom with Terra? And then, I just knew. I got up from the bed. Yeah, so obviously that'll change depending on who you pick. I wonder what it says for Kat. A life from the past or something, maybe? I walked to the door of my room and looked for the room next to mine. There. I looked through the window, and I just knew. Again, in real life, I would definitely pick Yui, but that's not as narratively satisfying as him picking Kat. I opened the door. Hey. Hey, Seymour. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I'm surprised your face is intact. It's survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know the girls are hoping you'll ask one of them out today. They'll get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Kat. And only you. You've been there for me from even before I can remember meeting you. There's no way I could have ever gotten off this island, or anyone else could have if it wasn't for you. And I know that there's so much we have to figure out, and so much we don't know in this world, but I know I want to face that world with you. Kat. Aww. Tears were streaming down her face. I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself that it would never happen, because it was too painful to even hope. The thing is, obviously she was telling the truth the whole time, which means at first, she did her father's stuff because that's how she was raised. And then as soon as Seymour came into her life, not only did she fall in love with him, but they saved as many people as they could. So truly, she did already change. Like, and that happened. And then she betrayed him, but it wasn't real betrayal. It just ended up being worse than they thought. Man. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes, yes, yes! I love that I only knew she was good to me for like 6 hours. I love you, Kat. I love you too, Seymour. More than you could ever know. So I guess I was the person she's like, I have to get off this island. Because I didn't remember myself. She wasn't going to tell me till later. I thought it was going to be we'd had a kid or something. So I guess it's just, I promised you I'd get you off the island. You don't remember it, and you won't till your backstory. So wherever life takes you is where I'll go. We held each other close and kissed for the first time in years. Poor Kat, man. Memories flooded back with each passing moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love. That does suck that she had to watch him make out with all these girls over and over. The day I proposed to her the first time! Oh, so they were already gonna get married! Oh, that makes it way suckier, too, if you pick anybody else. No. And now today, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making some new memories together, Kat. I love you. Aww. Yay! Oh my gosh, that ended up being really good. And it kept going and going and going, which I did not expect at all. Like, okay, once the second round of dates were done, there's like a whole other huge chunk. The characters are both the stereotypes, but so well written for being those stereotypes, right? And then having the stuff with Kat be, oh, she betrayed you. No, she actually didn't. You were in love with her, and she did what she thought she could to save you. That was really good. Like I said, I initially would have picked a different girl to be with, but narratively, it just makes sense to pick Kat. They ended up writing her so well in just that last third, probably more like the last sixth, honestly, of the game, that I could not pick her and see what that life would entail, right? And I'm sure all the endings are satisfying, I assume. I assume unless you pick the one where you kill Kat because you still don't trust her, that you all get out alive, I'd assume. And you all just have different endings with them of who you're gonna have a life with. But I am narratively satisfied with that. I did save right before I picked Kat in case I want to go back and see those other endings. But I figure for the most part the game plays out about the same no matter how you play it, just kind of in a different order of how you pick the girls. Like in the last version of it like that, the last round, you can't even pick what girl you want to go out with when. It just picks for you based on the plan, right? Yeah, I can't believe it ended that way. That actually ended up being pretty cute and pretty touching, especially that they were engaged before. They were going to get off her father's evil island and go live a life of being normal together and try to face that world. And now, like, Scarlet and Allie can go back to helping save the world. I do wonder, because Violet's parents basically bought her into the game. I do wish we knew why Terra and Yui were picked. I could even see Terra being picked like, oh, she's a great hacker, so we want to make sure she doesn't have a chance to join the Resistance. But I wonder what it is about Yui that they put her there. Like, well, I guess she said she did it for the money. But it's interesting, like, how... I guess, like, they knew she needed money. But I feel like, I don't know, I just thought that one might have been a little bit deeper, but they must have been that desperate for it, I guess, at her home. So, this game actually ended up being really, really, really fun. I'd love to do more visual novels in the future. I like doing voices and characters, and even though I know some of the girls probably sounded exactly the same, especially in this one, because this I've been recording for a while for these last couple episodes, man. I thought, this will be quick, we're near the end, and it was like, no, you have like 3 episodes plus of footage here at least. But I really enjoyed it. I think it was free on Steam to download, so if you want to go check out this team's stuff, I highly recommend it. Again, the visuals are really nice. Every new asset was so pretty and so well done. And I do like the writing of the protagonists. I think we have some protagonists in games like this that are either super bland or super mean, and I don't think he was in this. And, again, the story with Kat at the end, I was like, dang, that actually was so well done at the end that I didn't expect. And the twists, for the most part, felt natural, and even them being able to save Seymour at the end with the zombie thing was established. That zombie thing was established, like, day one with Scarlet. To come back in the end, there's that Chekhov's gun for you. So, it was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and this is the finale of my first ever full playthrough of a game, so if for some reason you haven't seen the whole thing, I have that playlist, but I have other games that I've also played on here, including Phoenix Wright, which is one of my favorites I've been doing, some Stardew Valley, ton of other playlists and stuff down below. I also have my link to my other YouTube channel, my Twitch, my Discord, my Patreon, all that good stuff. Please like and share and subscribe if you have enjoyed these videos. It really helps me out and get shown to new people. But I think that's it, and the end of my first ever full playthrough on Faith's Take on Gaming. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.